So I'm gonna go for a drive because I'm gonna go play some tennis with my brother. Yes, COVID safety is being put in place. Yes, keeping social distancing, but and you're gonna come on this drive with me as well because I'm gonna explain to you guys a bit about dropshipping, what I'm doing during this COVID situation, and hopefully enjoy. So let's go. Yes, I know I need a haircut. That's besides the point. But hey, look, before I get into this dropshipping video, tell you guys a bit about what I've been doing with that. How you guys been? Hope you've been well. Hope you've been keeping safe. Honestly, this quarantine for me, it hasn't been very different to how I usually live my life. The only thing is I really miss the gym, but staying in, working from home, doing majority of my work at home, going out for general stuff like groceries and, you know, for fitness, hasn't really been too much different to the way I normally live my life. So it hasn't been too bad. But look, I hope you guys are keeping safe. And like I said, I know I'm going out and playing tennis. I'm gonna go play tennis with my brother. That's one of the few sports I'd say that are pretty safe because we're only playing singles. It's only you know, the social distancing thing. Take that into account. That's still, you know, a-okay. But yeah, hope you guys are keeping safe and you know, make sure to stay inside because the more that we do that, the quicker we'll be out of this, you know, and the less we do it, the longer we're going to be in this. So just keep that in mind. But look, main topic that I want to talk about in this video was if you haven't been following me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I link all that stuff below, by the way. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's just Jack_Parrotta. It's just my my full name. And you can go and check out stuff that I've been talking about with Shopify, with dropshipping. So basically what I've done is about 4 days ago, maybe coming up to 5 days ago, I ended up launching a brand new product on my store, and I set out with the goal of just selling to Aussies like I did with my last product. If you haven't checked that out, I'll link that in the video somewhere here. But basically, I set out with the goal of, my first initial goal is to sell on Shopify just to Aussies with the intent of making at least a minimum of about $1,000 a week in sales during all this COVID stuff. And I've set that out as a goal for myself, and I want to take you guys along the journey with me, and I'll update when I can. So what I've done so far, and like I said, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go ahead and check that out. I've put it out on my story highlights. So far, we're about 4 or 5 days in, and I'll put some videos up where I talk about this and I actually show the stats of the store. I am at the point where I'm at about $400 to $500 in revenue so far for the week, so we're about halfway there, and I'm trying to fit in, you know, $1,000 a week in revenue in 7 days. The reason I'm doing that is because I really want to show to you guys what can be done, what is possible if you really set your sights on something in terms of e-commerce, because I think e-commerce is one of the only industries that is not only okay. Majority of e-commerce you know, businesses are not only okay, but they're actually thriving right now. And I'll actually add something in here, which I spoke about on my story as well. I'll add my story in here. It's about one of my oldest students, Brian, because it's not just dropshipping. It's Amazon FBA as well. So Brian is at the point where he's over 5,000 in revenue on his Amazon FBA, you know, for his Amazon FBA business. The main problem he's having is the conversion rate, because the Australian dollar's down at the moment. His main problem is you know, the conversion rate and having to ultimately spend more to get more units in. So his problem isn't with selling units. His problem is restocking. He's selling so many, more than he's ever sold before, is what he said. And he's starting to make good profit from it as well. But that's his main problem. It's getting more stock in, which obviously, you know, no problem is usually a good problem, but that's better than not selling, I'd say that. So it's not just him. There's other FBA sellers as well, but also other drop shippers. And because I've been talking about drop shipping and, you know, how easily, you know, you can get started with drop shipping, I thought I'd set this out as a goal for myself and to show you guys as well, because look at it this way. If you can because a lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people have lost jobs. A lot of people have to try and work from home. Even myself, I'm trying to save money where I can, because you need to save as much money as you can. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. You don't know if it's going to get even more strict than the current lockdown situation. So you don't know what's going to happen. So I'm trying to save money as well. But I've also thought to myself, okay, because e-commerce is still a thing, because e-commerce, you can still do e-commerce, as a business, I want to try my best to show you guys, okay, if I can make a business work where you are even making, a couple extra $100 a week, that can really help someone, that can really help a family out, and can really help you guys understand how valuable this stuff is. And I thought, okay, if I can make a dropshipping store where I'm making $1,000 a week in revenue, let's just say on the low side, we're at like 30% profit. That's an extra $300 a week in profit, right? So if I can do that and be $300 profitable per week, that's an extra $300 per week that I'm doing at a time where the economy in Australia is not good. Imagine doing that at a time where the economy in Australia is at an all-time high. Imagine when all this COVID stuff is, coming on the low down, the economy's starting to go up, the Australian dollar's starting to go up, it's cheaper for you to buy products from China, it's cheaper for you to get it imported, and easier for you to get it imported. Imagine what you can do. That will go easily from 1,000 revenue per week, 5,000 revenue per week. Before this COVID stuff, I was doing 5,000 to 6,000 in revenue on my Shopify per week, and I was doing about 16,000 a month in revenue, which came to about, I think, $4 to $5 grand in profit. That was before the COVID stuff. Now, there are people that and I just saw a screenshot of someone in the States that was doing it. He's a very legit Shopify. I think his name is Lucas Jackson. I have him on Facebook, and he did today alone, he did 18,000 on his way to doing 20,000 in revenue, which his profit out of that was, I think, about 35%. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. He's doing that in a time of downturn. So that tells you two things. That tells you, one, people are still spending money. Two, e-commerce still works at this, in this time of panic as well. So that's really what I wanted to. I wanted to make this the first of this sort of, I guess you could call it a mini series, where I try and make a dropshipping store into something in this time of downturn. Now, what will happen is I'm only just going to update you guys, as I can. If it works, I'll show you guys. If it doesn't work, I'll show you guys what worked, I'll show you guys what didn't work, and then I'll probably move on to another product, because that's what you can do. You got to be practical about it. If one product doesn't work, I'll show you guys what happened with it, and we'll move on to the next. And I'm just going to keep trying. So far, we're not doing too bad. I started running ads. First day I ran ads, I got a couple of sales, maybe 2 or 3 sales, and I'm just trying to scale it right now. And I think today is the only day where it's been past midday that I don't have a sale, but sometimes you get late night sales as well, depends on the day. But we're just going to see how it goes. Like, if I don't get a sale today, I'll adjust the ads, and I'll see if I can scale it another way. Like, you can't think of it in a bad sense of like, oh, okay, this is never going to work. If it ends up ultimately failing and it's not profitable, I'll just change the product, and I'll change up the store a bit, and I'll change my ads, and I'll try it again. That's what happened with my first product. It was like I got up to my 6th or 7th product until I got to my dental product I was talking about, where I ended up selling. It was almost 25 grand in like a few months. 25 grand in revenue. I could easily make that a 6-figure business. That's not the point anyway. Basically, what I'm saying is, you guys got to go out there and try it yourself, and that's why I'm making this video, to show you guys that even in this time of panic, you can still put a few $100 towards creating your own business that will then create yourself online income that you might not have had, even if you've lost your job. You might not have had that before, but if you've got an e-commerce business, that can really help. And I don't take talking about e-commerce lightly either. It's so true, and it's helped me in my life so much, because my whole goal was was, you know, I didn't want to work for anyone. I always loved the idea of being an entrepreneur. I think sort of runs in my blood because a lot of my family members have their own businesses as well. And, you know, my dad owns his own business as well. And I think it runs in a bit in my blood for me, but I've come to realize that it can actually really help people, you know, especially these last few years. That's why I've made the Amazon FBA course, and that's why I'm working on the dropshipping course, because people ask for it. And I know that people who sell courses get a lot of a bad rap, but look, I'm not going to let that stop me from trying to help people, because there's still a majority of people that really want to learn, and I really want to, you know, make something of it as well. So that's why I am showing you guys, you know, along the way what I can do with this, and yeah, we'll see how we go. But that's all I've got for this video, guys. Like I said, I'm going to keep you updated on this, and if you have any questions about it, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll show you guys as much as I can. I don't really want to show ad sets and exact website designs and things like that until I know that it works, because there's no point in showing it right now if it doesn't work. So once I know that it works, once I've got a good structure down, I know that it works, I'm happy to show you guys. But apart from that, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and keep updated on this stuff, because it's going to be very interesting. But apart from that, I do hope you're having a wonderful day. Stay safe, and I will see you guys very soon.